Oh, hey there, it's Laurie, Lynnsee, and this is today's Love and Light message from Spirit. Today's Sunday, Easter Sunday. I have a lot of dryness. I'm at that time in my life where my lips are dry, my mouth is dry, and I'm not wearing any makeup today. Wake up at the hotel, had breakfast, and then we went to this wonderful play area. Well, we did do Easter baskets. But then we went to this wonderful play area that we hadn't been to. It was an indoor play area. And if you're not familiar with what's going on in Minnesota, we had snow and rain yesterday, but up like where my son lives and his family, they had 10 inches of snow. So he's driving home right now and he's going to be encountering snow. But hopefully they've cleared the roads. Hopefully they've cleared the roads. Okay, so the last time I did a reading with this deck, which is Your Soul's Journey, I'm listening to Sterling on YouTube, on the Tube of You. If you don't listen to him, like people write in questions, and there's about 70 questions every week that people submit, and then he reads them. And I enjoyed listening to them because a lot of times when I listen, I think, I kind of answer that question kind of appears in my mind as he's sharing his interpretation, and I'm always like, oh, yep, yep, no, that's not going to happen, yep. And he said two things today that were really interesting to me. One, he said that the CRISPR technology, and if you have a neurological disease, or there's a lot of diseases that are using CRISPR technology, major breakthroughs are coming. And my neuromuscular doctor, Dr. Walk, yes, my neurologist is named Dr. Walk. He's a CMT doctor, and one of the big things about CMT is that it's an inability to walk. Get it? But he's been saying to me for years that yes, this CRISPR technology, we're working on a breakthrough, and he's part of the team that's working on this breakthrough. And I know he keeps saying that, but hearing that this morning, listening to Sterling was like, yay. And I began to think, because I just spent the weekend with my grandchildren, and I thought, we went to this indoor play area, and I had to sit and watch them. And I was an educator, and I was in the classroom for over 20 years, so I was very active with children. And then the last part of my career, I sat at a desk. Well, not as a principal. I was around the building, but that's when my disease really started like kicking into gear, and I knew that I couldn't continue in that job. But I thought, what would it be like for me to walk around this play area and interact with my kids? And there was this jumping thing, and could I be able to do that? Now, he says that it's actually going to reverse, like, what's going on in my body. I have a hard time believing it's going to reverse. I think it might stop what's happening, the progression in my body, but the reversal, I can't imagine that my ankles are going to get stronger, or that my uh, nerves are going to get stronger, or my muscles are already atrophied. How are they going to get stronger? I don't know. And then another thing he was talking about is that, and this is just a reminder to all of us that we all choose our life plan. And he was talking about somebody had written in and said that a good friend of theirs, their entire family passed in a single incident. And could that have been an agreement? And he was saying yes. And then I got thinking about how we create our lives, and for some reason I was thinking about Queen Elizabeth. Now, why I was thinking about Queen Elizabeth, and I thought, did she choose to be Queen of England? you know does it get that precise? I mean, I know in my earth plan for this lifetime, I chose to be a teacher, and I chose to have certain people in my life, and I chose certain lessons, and I chose my beginning date, and I chose my exit date. I chose all of that. But could it be that Queen Elizabeth in her pre-Earth, existence said, I'm going to be the Queen of England? I don't know why. I just, like, how specific does it get? Okay, the last time I did a reading with this, it was Follow Your Calling, which I think I already shared that with you. But I'm going to stick it in the deck. A few people have reached out to me from the Seattle area, and yes, I am coming. And I'm going to do a book signing, and it's the very last week of April. I will be there from Sunday to like Friday, and it's going to be on a weekday evening. So it's either going to be Wednesday or Thursday evening. It's going to be at my sister's house. She lives on Capitol Hill, and we're just going to have a little get together in the evenings, and it's going to be a little reunion for old friends, people I went to high school with, family friends, anyone who wants to come can come. And I'm going to be signing my book, but you don't have to come just to, get one of my books. You can just come to hang out and let's talk old times. So I hope I get to see some of my old friends that are current friends, but I never get to see them because, the last time I was home, I did see a couple high school friends. I saw 2 high school friends. We met for coffee at Starbucks. But for the most part, it was pretty much concentrated on my father had just passed away when I arrived, and so we were, doing stuff relating to that. So I didn't get to see a lot of people. Um, I did go up to see the tulips, which if you live in the Seattle area and you've never been up to see the tulips in the Skagit Valley, I just got a Facebook picture that they're incredible this year. The daffodils are probably peaked, but the tulips are coming in, and tulips are my absolute favorite. They're my absolute favorite flower, and they don't last. They're so fleeting. But I do love them. Okay, Spirit, if nothing pops out, we'll go off the bottom. And I said that after I dropped the card. So I'm going to go one more time because Spirit is saying go one more time. So, follow your calling. Didn't I just say? This is like the card from the last time. So what do I say when a card starts repeating itself? It means what? Pay attention. Pay attention. Follow your calling. Attune to your life's purpose. I can't stress this enough. I can't stress this enough. In the crazy, chaotic world today, if you stay focused on what your life purpose is, it makes this drudgery so much easier. Makes it so much easier. There we go. Follow your life's purpose. And I could read the mantra. Do you want me to read the mantra again? It's a good mantra. But wasn't it yesterday? I believe yesterday we had this card. Didn't I do a card waiting for my coffee? And it was follow your purpose? Yes. I am determined to discover and follow my life's purpose wholeheartedly. Here's a little plug for Laurie Lynnsee. You can go on my website. I did find out that my website is working, but you can't put the www. You just put laurielynnsee.com. And it's now my brand new website. It's the Inner Compass. Everything you need is on there. If you want to meditate, I've got meditations on there. If you want to listen to my podcasts, they're on there. If you want to sign up for one of my courses, they're on there. I have free resources like journals and different things to help you in your spiritual awakening. And not just your initial spiritual awakening, but spiritual awakenings that, you don't just have one spiritual awakening in your life. Hate to tell you, you have multiple. So when you go onto my website, no www. I don't know why. You can also go to laurielynseehealing.com. I have 2 domains. They lead to the same place. It used to be my classes were with one domain, and then my website was another. Now they're all one. It's just one place. And I'm really happy with my new web design. I was doing a Google sites, and now I'm with like a real company. I'm not saying Google's not a real company. I'm talking about a company that just deals with, and it's kind of an all-in-one platform. So there'll be a community on there eventually where we can talk to each other, take classes. We can even do live things together on this website, which is a Shine Pages, which is a fully 100% woman-operated company. The lovely Robin is the leader of it, and I've met with her several times, and she helps me with my website. She's just so awesome. I just love her. So let's bring in the calmness and then release. I hope you're all having a blessed day. Happy Easter. Happy. Get it? Love and light.